Hi, I'm Julie. I'm going to show you how to make a modified Burmese dish called Mohinga. The ingredients that you're going to need for this dish is a can of mackerel, 1 or 2 cans of spicy sardines, turmeric powder, chili powder, ground roasted rice. You would brown the rice in a pan, grind it to a fine powder in a coffee grinder. These are your noodles, Tomishiraga somen, which are Japanese noodles. This is the brand I prefer. You're going to need some onions, ginger, fish sauce, and when you're done, to garnish, you would need garlic chips, hard-boiled egg, cilantro, and lemon or lime. So let's get ready and let's get cooking. Prepare your onions. Get a medium-sized onion, and what you want to do is you want to dice them finely. You can use a miniature chopper food processor if you want. Next, you want to prepare your ginger and mince the ginger finely. So you have your coarsely chopped onions, your finely chopped onions, and your minced ginger. The next ingredient you want to work on is your mackerel. So take the mackerel out of the can. There's usually about 3 or 4 large pieces. And transfer it into a bowl. Get all the chunky pieces out so that you can actually mash them. Okay. You do the same thing with the sardines. Go ahead and take those out, putting the fish in the bowl, making sure that, oh, this one's stuck. Get it all out. Okay, there you go. Put the sauce aside. So take a large fork or some kind of masher and then mash the fish so they're not very clumpy. Okay, there you go. A little bit of oil. I use olive oil to saute, maybe about a tablespoon and a half. Heat it at medium heat. I have my table and a half of turmeric, half a teaspoon of chili powder. I put my finely diced onions together with my ginger. And go ahead and saute that. For about 2 minutes until the onions are nice and soft. Just stirring occasionally so they don't burn. After After the onions and ginger have been sauteed, I add the turmeric powder, incorporate that in. So the turmeric powder does not burn in the pan. I'll just add a smidgen of water. And you can see it becomes a little pasty. I'll take my chili powder, add a little bit of water to that, mix it up, and add that as well. And mix. Then I'll take the fish, incorporate that into the mix. Mix it into the onion and garlic mixture. I'm sorry, onion and ginger mixture. Okay, there you go. Once all that is incorporated, I'll take the can of the mackerel, add water to the sauce, and then pour that into the mix, cleaning out all the nice juiciness and flavor in that can. I'll do the same thing with the sardines. Add water in there, clean off a little bit more. Mix that all up, and you can see that it has a beautiful orange tinge to the sauce. Then I don't want to waste this, so I'll take again some hot water, put that in the bowl. Clean up my bowl, get some of the flavors from there, and then throw them in as well. Increase the heat to medium-high, stirring it up nicely and waiting for it to boil. When you allow this to boil, sometimes there's like a little bit of sludge that forms over the surface of the, or a foam that foams over the surface of the soup. What you can do is just skim it off with your spoon and then take it off. Okay. As you can see, I since added the chunky onion bits, and this has been cooking for about 2 minutes as it softens. I will season it with some patis or fish sauce. Start with a tablespoon of fish sauce and add more to taste. Okay? Allow this to boil probably another couple minutes, and you can see at this point in time the soup is pretty watery. Okay, but we have the roasted rice that I've ground down to a fine powder. And what you want to do is add this to the soup to thicken it. Just add it very slowly. And I usually will put approximately 2 tablespoons of this powder. And mixing as you go along. And as you mix it, you can see already that the soup is somewhat thickening. You don't want it too thick. And you don't want it watery either. Okay, my second tablespoon. Just mix it up. Continue cooking this for another minute or two, because you're basically cooking the rice that you have added. Put it on low heat so that it doesn't burn on the bottom of the pan. Just constantly stirring it. Okay? In the meantime, what you want to do is you want to boil some hard-boiled eggs. And we're doing that right now. Okay, now that we've finished our sauce, what we're going to do now is prepare the noodles. Get a Dutch oven, fill it with boiling water. Take the noodles, cut them in half, sprinkle them on the pan. And you have to be very quick with this because this cooks rather rapidly. About 2 minutes total. Spread them around so that they don't clump together and stir it as you do so. I cut them in half so that I don't get extra long noodles. And I usually cook a pack, one full packet. I usually like some for leftovers. Okay. Just stir it. When you boil your noodles, make sure you don't add any salt because the noodles are slightly salted already. Just pour it into a strainer. And then douse it with some cold water. The next thing you want to do is prepare your garnishes. We have the hard-boiled eggs. Just get a egg slicer. Then you take your cilantro and go ahead and just chop some cilantro. Okay, now that we've got everything cooked up, you just take a little bit of noodles. Add the sauce to it. Some like to eat their mohinga on the drier side, or you can actually make it soupy. Garnish it with some eggs, some cilantro, garlic chips. Flavor it with a little bit of lemon and a little bit of fish sauce to taste. Again, this is my modified Mohinga, Burmese actually breakfast noodle, and it's not exactly authentic, but if you are craving Mohinga, this is the way to go. Enjoy!